Somewhere in the middle of Kapuas Hulu Forest in western Kalimantan, western Borneo, Indonesia, you could find an abandoned wooden shack. This wooden shack would not be visible in the daytime, and it doesn't always exist every day. Though, if you are lucky enough, you could encounter this wooden shack if you fulfill these requirements. Don't enter the forest barefoot. Don't bring any kind of needles, especially sewing needles or any sharp-pointed objects that resemble needles. Bring a nail clipper, newly bought, and make sure all of your fingernails haven't been trimmed. If you are a smoker, refrain yourself from smoking and don't bring any cigarettes with you. You must enter the forest between 6 p.m. to 6:06 p.m. You can enter the woods from any area of the forest, but your first step into the woods must be done with your left leg if you want to start the search. After that, walk straight and don't turn into any directions. If there's an obstacle keeping you from going straight, you must tackle that obstacle at any cost. Don't you ever look behind you, or you won't be seen anymore. Walk straight until you bump yourself into a very giant tree. This giant tree has a weird, green-colored stain that resembles a human face on the side that you're facing. Trim both of your little fingernails with the nail clipper and leave the trimmed nails in the ground closely to this side of the giant tree. After that, continue walking by taking a left from that tree. If you forget to trim your fingernails there, a shadowy creature will appear from the giant tree and catch you. It will tear all your fingernails apart, leaving your fingers to bleed. Your fingers will be in pain like it's burning on every tip of your fingers. Then, that creature will disappear and you may continue your search. Walk straight like before. Don't ever look behind you. After 10 minutes, you will start to hear some whispering in the air. Around 5 minutes after you start hearing the whispering, you will hear an eardrum-splitting scream. At this point onward, don't ever let your mind blank. If you fail to keep your mind busy, the whispering will take over your mind and you will be driven insane. There is no use closing your ear shut. It will take around 30 minutes for you to bump into another giant tree. The whispering won't be heard and you don't need to keep your mind busy anymore. This tree has a similar green-colored stain, but this time it will resemble your lover's face. If you don't have any lover for the time being, it will show your future lover's face. This time, trim both of your index fingernails and leave it on the ground like what you did before. Continue walking and turn right this time and keep walking straight like before. If you failed to trim your little fingernails when you encounter the first giant tree, you won't have any fingernail left on your hands. That shadowy creature from before will appear again to catch you, and it will feast on your brain. You will slowly lose your sanity, and then your consciousness. You will wither and eventually die. If you succeeded to continue your search after walking straight for nearly 20 minutes, you will arrive at an empty land surrounded by the woods. There is an uncertain chance that the shack will be there. If you're unlucky, you won't see the shack anywhere. Instead, you will see a red wooden door in the middle of the area. Before you enter this door, knock it 7 times. Open the door, and you will find yourself back outside the forest, and rewarded with a little empty piece of paper. You can write down a wish on the paper, and in the 7th day after that your wish will be granted. But in the 8th day, you will be chased down by the shadowy being from before. If you get caught, it will tear your limbs apart, rip open your chest and eat your insides. All while you're alive. If you survive somehow, in order to keep that shadowy being from ever appearing again you must eat a newborn baby once in a week. You don't have any other attempt to find the shack again, because that shadowy being will kill you the instant you enter that forest again. Failing at knocking the door 7 times will throw you back outside the forest, and you will forget everything. Literally everything, including your name. It will be a waste if you forgot who is your future lover, right? In a mere 6 hours, a tiny black hole will appear before you and suck in your body. Your body will be torn apart. Before being sucked in, do you wonder what these shadowy creatures are? You will be one of them. Now, if you're lucky, the shack will be there in that area. Before entering the shack, knock the door exactly 6 times. The door won't open if you knock more or less than 6. The door will be opened. Go inside the shack and you will meet a human figure, sitting in the center of the room. There's also an empty chair in the front of them. It can be a male or female, but it always shares the same features. 2 bloodshot eyes wearing a long, dirty cloth, a disfigured body, and many stitches on their unclothed skin. The person will always wield a stone knife in their right palm. Pay attention to that stone knife. Upon looking at you, This person will ask a question in your native language. It will ask your name and your mother's name. Answer that truthfully, or this person will jump at you and stab you in the heart with the stone knife. Don't avert your gaze from this person, or he or she will get angry and stab you in the heart, too. After that, sit on the empty chair and now it's your turn to ask him, for 3 questions. You can ask about the secrets of the universe, existence of God, who your destined lover is, your future, anything. After the second question is answered, you will notice that their body is getting shrunk by a bit. When he or she is about to answer your third question, you must snatch the stone knife from their hand. Do it quickly, and then stab their left eye. In that instant, your head will feel like it's going to explode. Bear the pain with all of your power, because if you are unable to bear it, your head will explode. Literally. You must escape from the shack after you stab that person in the eye. If you listen to this person until he or she finished their answer for your third question, you will be eaten alive by them. If you are able to leave the shack unharmed, the shack will then disappear. You will find yourself returned to the empty area, but now a green door will appear. Now trim your thumb's fingernails and leave it in front of the green door to open it. Failing at this step will trap you in this place, the headache will intensify and your head will explode. If you succeeded, open the door and go inside the dark tunnel. At the end of the tunnel, you will find yourself returned to the outside of the forest. The painful headache will be gone and you are granted with unlimited knowledge of the universe, even the ability to foresee the future. But don't you even try to share this knowledge by any means. If you fail to keep it for yourself, you will lose all of your senses. First, your eyes will disappear, leaving your eye socket hollow. You'll bite your own tongue and swallow it. Your ears disappear like it's not there to begin with. So does your nose. Your skin will be ripped from your body, leaving your flesh and veins exposed. And you simply can't die. Immortal but in such a curse and pain. Now, if you fail to escape from that horrified human figure, he or she will lock you on a steel table. You will be mummified alive by them. You'll be forced to drink a green liquid that will liquefy your insides, then bandaged, like every mummy out there. They will bury you outside the shack. Soon, your body will become one with the woods. If you don't listen to me and you forgot not to bring any needles, you will face the worst curse. You won't be able to escape that shack after stabbing the person in the eye. You will be frozen, and those needles you brought will multiply in number, pierce your body again and again. After your body is shattered into pieces, it will be sewn together again, full of stitches everywhere. You're granted with unlimited knowledge inside your head, but now you're a mindless doll, waiting for another human to seek answer from the shack. You will serve as the shack's occupant, like anyone else before you.